All right, welcome in, everyone. Drones and coffee. Joe, welcome in.
Hey, good morning.
Yeah, happy Easter to everybody. I know it's Sunday, Easter morning here, and I know a lot of people got a lot of stuff going on, so we won't stay on too long. But I did want to go on and, of course, just kind of catch up with everybody. And did we do a show last week, Joe? Yeah, we did it from the parking lot. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Did
Right
it from the hood.
after Dennis sang. Yeah,
Yeah, we did it from the hood of Bob Casey's truck, actually.
that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that was a good time.
I said, hey, Joe, watch out in case Bob walks out here. He might kill us being on the hood of his truck. But no, we did it.
Johnny, I'm going to jump out and right back in. I lost my volume. Be right back.
All right, gotcha. But yeah, welcome in, everybody. I'm kind of go backwards here and wish people, Akarasha, welcome in on. Robbie, welcome in. Jeff Norman, it was great hanging out with you. Who else? Got Captain Joe, Brad Austin. I think Brad's doing his walk. Gary, Brent Ariels. Stephen Drones, Flying Flynn, Paradise Drones, welcome in. Ben Cartwright, Sean Hyde, yeah. Sean, it was nice hanging out, meeting you, of course. Lauren, good morning. Trucker Steve. Akarasho, who else we got here? Michael is up, Jerry Bauer. Yeah, you believe Mike's up in Chicago up there, man. He's
I know, yeah. Morning, cuz.
I thought he'd be sleeping in. The Easter Bunny must have brought him something. Bill Hooper, Stephen Drones, welcome. But no, guys, who else?
I can't see the chat now, but good morning, Sean Hyde. Good to meet you, sir.
Yeah. I just, I text Sean actually last night. I was sitting here and kind of thanking everybody who came personally, and not everybody, but I guess going through some people that I hadn't met, and yeah, it was a privilege to meet Sean. Sean, if you want to hop in, the link's in the chat right here. I'm gonna say hello. I'm not sure. I know it's busy. Easton DeMarco is up.
Marco,
hey, we're gonna have. Guess what we having for supper? Almonds.
Almond burritos, almond stew.
I do some in. Let's see here. I should have threw some in here. Look, let's see. I'm not sure if I can. Let's see. Share present. I now I got so many tabs open here. Yeah, I should have threw some almonds in there.
There you go.
my little niece and them are here from Virginia because we bought crawfish, and it's like, man, where'd you get this box of almonds? So we've been eating these things.
My wife said she was walking into HEB grocery store, and they cook them right there out front. You can buy them by the pound. And there was one that I guess had escaped. It was on the ground. My wife walked up. She didn't know if it was dead or not, whatever. And she walked up to it and like put her foot by it, and it kind of reared up like this with his claws. And she was like, "All right, go ahead, little buddy. Go ahead, try to make it."
Yeah, it seems like
there which came out.
Yeah, we had dumped them in, and there's always one that gets out. So it was like, of course, we give the kids one each to play with. I mean, they always, they'll put them in a little bowl and play with them for a little while. Yeah, there's always one that seems to get away.
Yeah. But, everybody made it home safe, seems like.
Yeah, I think so. And I do want to, mention that Ron Brown and his wife Susan both are not feeling very well. They had the COVID, both tested positive, and they're feeling.
Saw Ron's message, yeah.
They're feeling pretty bad actually, but I'm hoping a couple of days.
Didn't he say Friday he started to feel better? I think he was starting to come around Friday, but yeah.
Gary.
Morning, Gary.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Hopefully y'all can hear me.
Hey, this guy comes down a week after the South Florida Drone meetup. I don't know what to do with him.
What's up? Can y'all hear me all right?
Yeah. Gary? Gary, the meetup was 2 weeks ago.
Well, I'm a little late. We just got down to Miami yesterday.
Well, I tell you what, the meetup was amazing, right?
Barkley.
Good times, yeah. Like your shirt, Brad.
Oh, thank you. Yep, that's my walking shirt. I got this from in Austin, Texas. I think I did.
Brad, I say, you're wearing a Texas shirt.
I see you.
I dress for the occasion.
Max, welcome in. Dennis Lovelady.
I have some of my drone shirts are still dirty. I got to wash clothes today. I got to get those things hung back up and start wearing them again.
Yeah.
I'm still in Florida. Some people don't know that, but I'm staying another week.
Oh, wow.
Staying I stayed at my aunt's house for a couple of days after the meetup, before and after. So good morning. And then I stayed there a couple of days, and then I came up to my sister's house in Lake Mary, which is about halfway between Daytona and Orlando on Interstate 4. And I've been just hanging out here. I'm working remotely.
Yeah.
So vacation time. I only took 2 days of vacation so far. That was one the week before the meetup, and then Monday for the fishing trip, which I didn't make because I wasn't feeling good. But anyway, not to hog the show, but it was a good day yesterday. Some of y'all might know this. A lot of you don't. I met up with Hot Rod in Daytona. Rod in Daytona Beach, Main Street Pier. We met up right before sunrise, about 6:30. That's about 45 minutes, 50 minutes from here. So I got up there about 5 o'clock and got all my stuff together. Met up, and he let me fly his Nevada. That was the first time I'd flown in Nevada, and I used the new goggles too that he had, and also pleasantly surprised, really pleasantly surprised that I liked the motion controller. I didn't think I was going to like that at all. But that was amazing. It just makes it so easy to fly.
Yeah, I used the motion controller for the first time this week, and I didn't care for it. I kind of cramped my hand up a little bit, but it was intuitive. I mean, easy as heck to fly. It was easy to figure out. Hey, Good morning, George Lovelady. How are you, sir?
I'm good, Chris. How about you?
Sorry, everybody. I can't see the chat while I'm walking, but good morning, everybody that's in.
Hey, Dennis, Joe, he'll really answer to any name. I'm just saying.
I got to bust Dennis in balls.
I'm so embarrassed. He said hello to me, and I don't remember.
I think he called me Charlie or Ken. Yeah, it was Ken or Charlie. You called me. I was like,
because I
take two.
I'm so.
Hey, if you grew this right, you look.
Good morning. Good morning, Dennis.
Joe has been. Good morning, Brad. Joe has been so gracious about it, but he calls me George now.
Hello, ring to
George Michael Lovelady.
George Lovelady. That's got a little ring to it. Just like this name right here. Now,
he won't forget it now. Good morning. Hey, good morning, Bill.
Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Good morning.
You sound good today, Bill.
On.
Dennis, you still not going?
Trying to get my walk in before the rain. It's been drizzling a little bit. I didn't bring an umbrella. Somebody who was at Rodney said in Dennis's stream, I wouldn't melt because I'm not that sweet, but.
Jim Beauchart, Rob Kamada, good morning.
Yes.
Hey, good morning, Jim. Hey, everybody.
Max Air 420, welcome in.
Max, what's up, Max?
Is Max still in Miami?
No, he's back home.
Oh, okay. No.
Yep, made it back home a few days ago.
Where am I not going, Uncle Bill?
I said you're still not. I thought you were still going.
Oh, still going. Yeah.
So now that I flew the Avata, I was supposed to fly it down at the meetup. Didn't get a chance. I was working the whole day Saturday, just too busy, of course. Great meetup, and I'm not complaining at all. It was a great thing. I really enjoyed doing that. But I didn't get a chance to fly the Avata. I was going to fly Michael Wright's, and then Alexa said I could fly hers, and then somebody else said I could fly theirs. I just never found time to fly it. But
we're trying to get Tony's quadcopters in tech. We flew his.
Yeah.
Actually, I flew Michael Wright's. I'm sorry. I flew Michael Wright's, and Max flew Tony's.
Well, even on Sunday, I didn't have a chance. I was just too much of this from me. I had too much of socializing, but I enjoy it.
Hey,
but
Brad,
now I got to figure out how to get a Nevada.
Brad, I got to pull up. You want me to hit the buy button for you?
Oh my gosh! If you're putting it on your credit card, yes, sir.
Go ahead and quantity to that sucker.
That's right, Joe.
Wait a minute. I have Brad's credit card number. Let me just give it to you.
Wait a minute. I think I have it in my pocket. Nope, I tore it up. I don't have it.
Your name, text credit card number. We'll just order for
Yeah,
I
Dennis,
really-
Dennis, you almost had to buy another Mavic 3, so you know it's in your best interest to pay it forward.
Oh, my.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to get that Avata. It's not gonna be easy. I won't get into personal details, but just trying to reduce debt and get more prepared for retirement. Another 7-8 years probably.
you'll be at the Avata 7 by the time that happens. So
I know. Well, I've been wanting to buy the POS since day one, and I never bought that. But Michael Wright let me fly that. It's been up 2021. I flew that for just a few minutes. Got a little nauseous from my motion sickness, but Kelly Shores and I talked about that a couple of times after 2021 spin up, and he said, you do that a couple of times and you start getting acclimated to it, and you probably won't have the motion sickness anymore. And when I flew Rod's Avata yesterday, I was sitting on the back of my tailgate, and I got a little nauseous, but I got over it. Man, I was flying high, started dipping down, and I finally started threading the needle of the palm trees. And then I actually went under the volleyball net one time, which was amazing to me because it seemed like it was like a needle. It seemed like I had to thread it.
you didn't go through any cranes, did you?
No cranes. Rod flew, and now I think he's going to put a video up if he hasn't already done it. But he flew through one of the, there was a rides right behind us. There was a bomb. I can't remember what you call it. It's one arm. It just swings. But he flew through that, and then he flew around the bungee thing that shoots you straight up in the middle. I can't remember the name of that either.
That's a fun one.
Yeah, he should have some good video. If he hasn't already posted it, he's gonna have some good video, I think.
Sorry, I was laughing. I thought I'd hold up this inspirational mug. Have faith, treasure family, enjoy friends.
I think I've lost the audio. Y'all still there?
Isn't that nice?
Okay, there you are. All right. With a little awkward moment of silence.
Who
We're all
is
talking.
Where'd that mug come from?
This is my wife's mug.
Oh,
Nice.
okay, I got you.
All right, have faith.
That's something else. I haven't had time to go through all my stuff that I got from everybody. T-shirts,
Joe picks up his
mouse
mug and gives
pad,
everybody the finger.
swag, stickers. I gotta get
Mikey,
that.
cuz, what's up?
What's up,
Man.
man?
Good morning. Happy Easter.
How's it going?
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Al,
Happy
welcome
Uncle
in.
Bill, if you're still here, your microphone is a tad low. That's why Brad didn't hear you.
Oh, it's okay. Yep. Well, I think I'm going to drop and let y'all have at it, and I might listen a little bit, but I'm going to walk. I got another 2.5 miles to go. But y'all have a great Easter. Happy Easter.
Nice.
Thanks again. Again, it was great seeing everybody last weekend. And Rod, if he's on here right now, thanks again for the flight yesterday. And look forward to chatting with y'all again soon.
Rod said Brad had way too much fun with my Avata.
He didn't record. Okay, let me back up a little bit. I wanted him to record me flying it sitting on the tailgate, but we didn't really think about that until it was too late. So I didn't really get any video of me flying it, but he said you should have seen the expression on your face. But anyway, it's all good. I know I was feeling like a little kid in a candy store, I guess, or a drone toy store, whatever.
On Leonard JSK.
Else's,
Happy Easter, everybody. Be
Happy
safe out
Easter,
there.
Brad.
I'll see y'all on the next live stream. Oh, Monday night, Duranify. We got a show on Monday night, so
I'll be on there with Al.
yep, we'll be on.
He asked me to join.
All
All
right.
right, Brad, how we going, my man?
See you guys.
See
Love you,
Brad.
mean it. Bye.
Love you, mean it. Love you, and I don't care who knows it.
Michael, what's up, Michael?
What's
Did
up?
you say my microphone is low?
No.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
It
Bill.
is not now, but it seemed like
Bill,
it was a
you're
little low
muted.
before.
Huh? What'd you
I was
say?
cracking up before because I
Yeah,
held
he's
up that
muted. I
inspirational
see his
mug
lips
there,
moving,
and then Joe shows his mug and gives everybody the finger. I thought that was
Jose, welcome in. Jose. Al. welcome in.
Hey, I like that, Joe.
Amazon, $12.
I just thought it was funny.
Yeah, I know you were like sharing the love with your mug of whatever it said,
Yeah.
family and love and fun.
Hey, Bill, are you missing Beauchart? You can be honest now.
Equal time for the opposition.
I can make jokes, but honestly, he couldn't have been a better guest, actually.
I bet he was fun to have there.
Yeah, it was easy to get along with. No, well, the least fun thing was he wakes up at 5 a.m. no matter what.
Oh, really?
We could go to bed at 3. He'd wake up at 5. Yeah, he's got some internal clock that apparently he doesn't know how to turn off.
So y'all did a lot of clowning around, I'm sure.
But no, he was great. He was very easy to get along with. So great guest. Yeah.
He was fun. He was fun. The whole Gary and Jim will be on Wednesday night on the Five Fun Show, kind of get their perspective of what they thought of everything, and it was fun to hang around with you guys. Of course, everybody was a Brady game, and I don't really know what could have went much better, but
everything went great. Nobody lost any drones. There was no disasters, no tragedies. Everybody, as far as I know, made it there safe, made it home safe.
Yeah.
Someone lost a drone, but he got it back.
Well, maybe you were just testing, Dennis. The little guy
Well,
passed.
just a little Mavic 3, nothing important.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, just to promote Al Duran on his show tomorrow night, he asked me to join, and Brad mentioned he is too. I think Nick's going to be on there too. Fly Days, FLYDAZE, one word. That's the gentleman who found the drone and got it back to Dennis.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling me that channel name. I did not know that before, and now I'm subscribed. So
Yeah. Fly Days, y'all sub it up. Good dude.
great to buy on.
Was
we
he
kind of
at the
ended up
meetup, that
Joe
guy?
was talking to him a little bit, drinking a beer with him. But yeah, I'm gonna get in touch with him. We'll get him on the show.
Was he at the meetup? That
He
guy?
was.
At the end, yeah, he came.
He was there. He was the last guy to fly. Bobby Quinn put that Avata up, and then he put up a pre-built, something he built, and that thing was like about that far off the water.
I know, beautiful.
But that thing's also waterproof. He's put that in the water. That's waterproof. He's landed in the water, sunk it a little bit, spun it back up, and takes off out of the water. It's all
Good.
performance.
That's why he wasn't afraid to do that.
Uh-huh.
Oh my. Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
I was
right
checking
on
out a few of his videos, and it shows him, sure enough, zipping through, I think, under a bridge or something in a little creek, and bloop, drops it in.
He even had
There you go.
He'd have had a little floaty. What's what you call those things? Things that
Yeah, he did have a pool noodle on there, zip tied on the top of that
Yeah.
one.
Of course, you still have to swim out there and grab it, I guess.
But at least it don't sink.
Hey, Uncle Bill, Jim's having fun with that Avata, huh?
Well, yeah. How's my audio? Is it okay now?
No,
It's fine.
Huh?
Is it?
What?
Yeah, I decided, the camera I had at the meet.
Von Denard.
Look, Ray, Joe, show him your mug, please.
Bill, it's Easter.
I gotta
you.
get me that
Thank you
shirt,
very
though,
much.
Bill.
Okay.
It's empty. I got to refill it.
I tell you, he took to it. He felt okay wearing the goggles. I mean, that's like the first test of FPV, whether you're inner ear, some people get seasick when they wear goggles, but he was, he did good. He flew it just in normal mode around the yard, around this and that. And he loved it. He loves it. And his kid's an FPV flyer, apparently. So he was looking forward to bringing it home and playing.
Lon, welcome in, Lon.
Took right to it. Yep.
What's up, Lon?
I didn't fly it per se. I took it off in the living room without goggles on just to test everything out, and it seems like a DJI drone to me.
So,
Nice and
that
steady and
was
easy.
the first time he flew it at all, right?
Oh yeah, that was brand new. That's the one that Lexus gave me. Yeah. No, we got him some goggles, and
Jason.
Max gave him a controller and a couple of
All
controllers.
right. Good morning, fellas. How you doing today? Happy Easter.
What up, Jason?
Hi, Jason.
All right.
Hey, Johnny.
Hey, Rod. What's up, Rod?
Hot Rod, what's up?
God, Brad was having so much
Hey,
fun
man,
yesterday.
I never thought there'd be a day when Hot Rod is a DJI product. No, I'm just picking on you, Hot Rod.
You know what's funny, John? And I told everybody last weekend that, because everybody kind of knows I'm the Altel guy because I did the Evo 2 Pro kind of before everybody else. So I sort of got stuck with that tag. But, last week I was telling everybody, the drone that I love to pull out first and probably almost always, is the Avata. You fly that thing around because it's just bloody fun. And Brad figured out why yesterday flying it around. And it was just fun watching his face. First flight, he was over the palm trees. By like the third flight, he was diving between the palm trees and under the volleyball thing, and he was just kind of going everywhere with it.
Yeah, if you get the chance to watch Aldrin's, Aldrin put up a video with the new Integra goggles and all so you get the chance to watch that. So it looks pretty neat.
You guys see my newest video with the Avata where I splashed it by chance?
Now, is Integra a company name or a model name, Johnny?
Ooh,
That's a model. That's the new goggles, a little small.
DJI Integra.
Or Jason.
Hey,
Jake,
Joe.
yeah, I
You
think
guys hear me?
was it last week you didn't that last week? Oh,
Yeah, it was last week that released.
Get some breakfast.
Is my audio working?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, check.
yeah, Max.
Maybe a hair low, but I hear
Now
you.
Max says Autel sucks.
You know, oh come on, Max! You gotta say DJI sucks because I was picking on Max last week because there's another acronym for DJI, right? Dow Jones Industrial. So I was picking on him last week and went, he's a NASDAQ guy instead of a DJI guy, or
Oh my God,
instead of DJI guy. Turned it into a finance thing joke.
Bill,
Got enough there, Bill?
I got a case of them. Thank you, Johnny.
No, you got to thank DeMarco. We're on a big screen. DeMarco's watching the show on a big screen, so he saw that, Bill.
I would have asked to take some of them home, but I was packed to the gills for the plane, man. A couple extra T-shirts over the weekend, and I couldn't fit nothing else.
Oh, Joe, your package is in the mail. You should get it.
I got it yesterday. I meant to tell you. Thank you. Yep, it came. Stickers and whatever else was in there. Yeah, my charger. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
There's Johnny Appleseed. Now we got Johnny Almond Seed.
Let me know what I owe you, Johnny.
No, that's DeMarco.
Johnny, really, let me know what I owe you for the shipping and whatever on the hotel. I'll Zelle you.
I'll get with you.
Mm-hmm.
He shipped you a hotel?
I split.
That's gonna be
Yeah, I
expensive.
room with Johnny.
Oh yeah, George. Yeah, George stayed with me. Now, what's the name?
Yep. Ken.
Ken. Oh, Ken stayed with me. Yeah.
Hey, what was the name of that drone that you said somebody was talking about? A waterproof drone?
Don't know. It was a home build. I don't know the name of it. I'm not a
Okay.
I'm not a true FPV guy, but
Check.
not yet. That's
Right.
all I know is the DJI drone. But it was.
Tomorrow night, Jason, that guy who found Dennis's drone was flying. Like, he was probably one of the last guys left flying at the meetup, I think. And,
Mhm.
yeah, he was telling us, so we're kind of still picking up. And yeah, I mean, he says it's completely, waterproof. So he was telling us a bit about it. So maybe tomorrow night, Al and them can ask him about that.
Mike, you actually know the name of that, Mike Toto. What's the name of that waterproof? I don't know if that was the one he had, but there's one that you've talked about it on your stream before, Mike, where it's submersible.
Hey, fellas, I'm gonna have to pop out. My phone's starting to die. Let me charge it up, and I'll try to get back in.
Great
All
to
right,
see
Tim.
you.
I think Autel does have a waterproof drone. It's orange looking, right?
Yeah, I mean they may, but this one I'm thinking of is
I don't think
is
so.
not.
Yeah, I don't
Max
think
put
so.
it in the chat. Max knows the name of it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's something they spray and do and all that, but I mean, he was saying, it could. I mean, I don't know why you would. I mean,
Jeff Norman, if you plan ahead, you won't be surprised by that. Sorry. I think the flight restrictions are very, very important, critical to safety. Flying something because it doesn't have right flight restrictions, I think is maybe wrong.
It's the Swell Pro Spry Plus waterproof sports
My
drone.
answer, my opinion anyway.
yeah, Autel will give you a warning, but they won't stop you from flying, and that was kind of to them a while back. But hey, before you fly, hey, always check and make sure it's safe. And, you
I'll
leave
just say, Dennis, there's been a couple of places I've been down here in Florida that DJI freaking refuses to unlock. It will not. I've literally had it and gone in and it goes, nope, not doing it.
No, I haven't run into that. So
Max and I ran into an issue Monday. I went back to Miami with him on Sunday. He got me to the airport Monday morning, but we stopped at those big skyscraper condos that he's dove before. I'm sure y'all have seen it. And DJI was kicking us out of manual mode at like 360 feet, and those buildings are like 500-600 feet. I mean, you know, I wanted to dive the whole damn thing, but we had to kind of peel off at about 360, 350 because it was kicking us back into normal mode. So
Yeah, I had that happen on the Avata. Well, I wasn't in manual mode, obviously, but I took off, and then all of a sudden, I just kind of heard the motors like cutting out. It was like acting kind of weird, and I was like, "What the hell?" And then I happened to notice that it was whining about being in a zone. So it's like I was just outside the zone, flew into the zone, and then it started messing with the drone. So
what about this thing right here? I popped this up the other day.
it looks crazy. Mavic 3 Pro.
That's yeah.
Cool. I want one.
Kind of
only
wicked.
if the long telephoto is more than 7x. So I was looking at that. When I first saw it, it was like, oh, cool, that'd be cool, because you know I like to do the rocket launches. It's like great telephoto until I realized the long telephoto is the one that's already on the drone. So yeah, I'm not sure what a telephoto lens kind of
Isn't the long telephoto like 28x?
No, it's 7.
Or do you mean the far end of the first camera of the 4/3 part?
It's
I got you.
optical. It's
Well, the
optical 7,
telephoto
and then
starts-
everything else is digital.
Right. I see what you're saying.
It does get a little grainy on the 28. Of course, I mean you're talking about 28.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm still on the Mavic 3 Classic range for me. I don't do enough long zoom. Plus, it gets grainy, like you said.
So I'm not sure what the point of this middle telephoto is. Other than to clean it up a little between the.
I mean, is it two different telephotos? Is that what it is?
Yeah. So you got the wide angle is 24 millimeter. Then this new telephoto, which is 50 millimeter, which is only like 2x, 3x.
Right. Yeah.
And then 160, which is the 7x, which is what was on the original. So it's not like they're adding a longer optical. That's what I want. I want a longer optical because of the rocket launches.
That might have been better just to put like a laser pointer, distance finder on that instead of another camera.
I don't know why they don't go. I don't know why they don't put like a 10 or a 20x optical option.
Yeah.
They talk about drones being in places. People want to fly drones in places they shouldn't be, right? Well, one way to fix that is put a big enough optical zoom on the thing. They don't have to be flying that close to the object to see it, kind of thing. So you're more likely to keep people out of trouble with a longer optical.
Yeah, probably. But if you, I mean, I'm kind of like, man, that's a long way. If you need to get closer, maybe you shouldn't. I don't know. I'm kind of see what Jeff's comment there. Maybe you shouldn't be flying, doing those shots anyway. But hey, that's up to personal, and hey, just be careful when you're flying.
Well, I think zoom is a lot more handy when you're walking. I mean, if you're stationary and you want to get a shot, but considering this is a flying camera platform, you can get closer.
Yeah.
Unless it's NASA, then you can't.
Well, yeah.
So, like I said, mine's a unique use case, right? I get that. Anything else? Sure, fly closer.
So, Bill, what you got going on? You doing a show tonight?
Tonight, typical, poop show. Just inviting everybody in, seeing what happens. I don't have. I mean, I've got some video I could show from this past weekend. I met with a bunch of guys. I can't remember what we did. It was some kind of get together or something. So we got some video to show. I'm hoping guys will come in and show some of their video.
Yeah. You set a record for live streaming.
Yeah, 9 hours and 45 minutes. Yeah. And I watched it. It's all right. I think next time I'm going to set up like 6 cameras, have a crew, and a staff, and
we could just
solid Chris Waters help you run the thing.
I'm going to get drawings of solid gold dancers will come out.
Hey, you could just get Chris Waters to when he comes to just set everything up and run it.
There's the real Ken, Joe.
Yeah, right.
Lon,
what up?
is Lon sleeping?
Oh, he's there.
What the hell?
He's got sunshine coming in that window. I've never seen this view
He's
before.
up bright and early.
Yeah.
What's up,
What's up,
Lon?
man? Can you hear us?
I don't know.
What's up? What's up?
Okay.
There you go.
I think he can hear.
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's up, Lon?
Yeah, yeah,
What's
yeah.
happening?
Nothing. I
Just
just
hanging
came to
out?
save you.
Yeah.
I just came to save you all.
Huh?
Not
All right.
much. Not
Tell
much.
us, tell us all about the Zoom camera and the lens, and I know you got to.
Save you.
Hey, Lon, I found
tell us all about
my Ulanzi selfie stick. Remember, you were gonna. This is probably the one that you were talking about, wasn't it? That you were gonna loan me or give me or whatever.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the one. They was
Yeah,
sitting in my hotel room.
Yeah, it fell behind a dresser. I found it when I got home.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Lon found something at the meetup itself.
What did Lon find at the meetup? Found friendship and frivolity. What did you find, Lon?
What's that?
I don't know. You said you found something at the meetup.
Oh yeah, a Hero 11.
You
A Hero
found it?
11. Hold on a second. I need to do
Any
something.
good footage on it?
Yeah, he found a Hero 11.
Wow.
Ah, there it is. Hold on.
Oh,
Bam, there it goes. Sorry, fellas. I had YouTube up.
Oh.
Oh, I don't know if I was giving you guys that go, but it was driving me insane.
no, I
I couldn't hear it. You seemed like you were off a little bit, though.
Yeah,
In
I'm
your
good now.
responses.
I had
Off a little
YouTube.
bit,
I had
just a little
YouTube
bit.
up. Yeah.
Hey, Joe.
Yep.
He's off a little bit. Just
He's always off a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is driving him crazy? Isn't that a short drive? Isn't that the normal comeback on that line?
It's only 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah.
So Lon, you getting any flying in this week?
No, not really. I had a lot to catch up with at work. So
Yeah.
I flew so much in Florida that I could go a month without flying. I'd be okay, dude. Me and Billy flew every day, basically. When we weren't at the meetup, we were somewhere flying.
Yeah.
So
No
Really,
such thing as too much flying, though, right?
Really, some of the videos that free up at the meetup, he went over to the traffic circle and was doing a hyperlapse. It was pretty neat.
yeah, he's the hyperlapse king. Man,
Yeah.
we had 4 Mavic 3s up at one time.
Yeah.
we literally were monitoring 4 Mavic 3s all at the same time. They were up in the air doing hyperlapses.
Jonathan Jackson, welcome in. John,
I
welcome.
thought Jonathan was supposed to come. I didn't see him.
I
I thought I'd heard Jonathan was supposed to be there.
thought he was.
Then something came up last minute. Morning, Jonathan.
So anyway,
Anyhow,
The
briefly,
manager was asking. She said, I asked how they did, how everything was, and she said it was great. Did everybody have a good time from Friday night? She was actually concerned whether you guys had a good time.
I had a great.
Remember Kimmy? So she sends her love.
she the one that took off her
Big one.
shirt, or is she the other one?
She's the one that took the picture, stood on top of the chair, and was getting kind of crazy.
Oh, okay.
Wait, who was that? Bill? I must have missed that part.
Yeah, I don't recall that either, but I'll check with her.
Well, somebody was swapping shirts, is what
Oh
happened.
yeah.
Yeah, she's doing that. Yeah, she swapped the shirt. Yeah,
Well, to swap your shirt, you got to take your shirt off.
She had a Maddie's Drone World shirt on.
I was just saying, okay. She put one on afterwards, but it was pretty funny. It's typical bartender behavior in my experience. I'll be honest. I worked a lot of bars when I was in school. It doesn't surprise me none, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, yeah, she had Maddie's shirt on. I don't know if the other girl would have fit Maddie's shirt.
What are you saying?
Oh, I'm just saying. I mean, trying to be observant,
Maddie's kind of scrawny. That's what he's saying. Nothing about her.
I mean, I know it took me an extra while to place my order. You know, I just kept the.
You were distracted.
He had to excuse himself for a minute.
Hey, and Joe had a nice little picture there with Alexis. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah, you was chilling.
Right at the snap of the shutter, she
Yeah.
slammed my head into her left breast.
Alexis had a good time. I wish
She's
I
good
made-
pizza.
Girls.
She got there a little late, but I tell you what, she made.
I was glad she showed up.
Yeah. She had a lot of
Oh,
airplane problems.
Is mommy awake?
Did she?
man, I don't approve of such behavior. I'll have you know. I'm just kidding.
Didn't she go through Atlanta? Dennis?
Yeah, she did, I think.
You know, I flew for 20 years, most of it in Northwest and Delta. And man, Atlanta is one of those airports where when it's on time, it's great. But when it goes off, it doesn't go off by like, okay, things are 15 minutes late. It goes from on time to 2 hours late. There's just like no in between with that airport
Chris Holt.
when it gets out of
Chris,
whack.
welcome in.
Hey, Chris. I had about a 45-minute delay in Lauderdale.
Late, but that was weather though. They said some kind of weather front. That's the excuse they used anyway. Hour and a half.
Yeah, it seems like I don't know. Even on our flight to Italy, we almost missed the connection. But you know, everybody that flies right now they all got their own stories. That's for sure. I mean, it's a little difficult. Hey, nothing you can do about it. Just either catch the next plane or whatever. You know.
Did you go through Amsterdam or Paris?
And I will say the girls working behind the counter or guys too. They not I guess they're not missing their plane, so they don't get too upset. You know.
Did you land someplace else in Europe before you went down to Italy?
Things
Frankfurt.
Flying when you got a copy there in the same right.
Yeah, we landed in Melbourne.
I was guessing.
Some went to Paris, some went to Belgium. What about food?
Yeah, a lot of people. Amsterdam seems to be the airport over there that you'll transfer through to go to a lot of places in Europe.
Yeah, guys, and I do want to let you know, Ron Brown, Ron and his wife had the COVID. They're not feeling very well, so they started feeling bad back on the trip back home. So,
Maybe he hung out too close to Marcus.
Signing, Mac. Yeah, it was great signing the plane. Everybody was signing that plane. I'm sure when you get big get-togethers like that now, somebody may end up with the COVID. I know. I caught it about 3 weeks ago on a ship, and kind of spoiled my trip to Italy. But nothing you can do about it. Can't control the weather. Can't control that. But just something we have to put up with.
The bad part about airplanes. If there's something going around, you're going to catch it on an airplane.
Yeah, especially that 8-hour flight or so. I'm telling you, I got up a couple times just to use the bathroom. I didn't have to, just I had to get out that seat. But I mean, you can't start looking around, including myself. I mean, you got people coughing, you got people sneezing. I mean, it is what it is.
Oh no, it's the stewardesses. They come down the aisle, and there's a bunch of contact.
Yeah,
they touch everybody. But at least one secondary contact with everyone on the plane, and getting credit cards, and then taking them back, and then they touch you, and then you know what I'm saying? They're the central point.
The common denominator.
I'm telling you.
Oh, the other part of it is the back of the seat, because most people walking down the aisles will grab the back of the seat to sort of stabilize themselves and grab the top as they're walking down the aisle. So that's one of those common touch points on an airplane.
Yeah.
All right, Lon, we got to ask. I know you heard us talk, but what do you think? Been a few more pictures of this Mavic 3 Pro. What you think? What's your?
What do I think?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. They're accurate. That is what it looks like. I mean, I'll tell you that much. But I don't see the point of it either. I think what they did was they followed the smartphone pattern. You know what I mean? Like all the smartphones are doing these days. They'll have like one lens on the basic, and then they'll have two on the plus. Then they'll have 3 or 4 or 5 on the, the ultra model or whatever. And that's not what I want. When I was asked, I told them they need to go to the 4/3 sensor with optical zoom on it, just like they did with the Mavic 2 zoom. Main
That's
sensor,
what I want.
optical. That's what I
Yeah.
want. I want main optical. The idea that they can't do it is a bunch of crap because they have the Mavic 3 Enterprise with that heavy ass FLIR on it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If they could put 3 sensors in that module, I think the drone can handle it personally. I really do. And I think they could get like a 3 times optical on it minimum on the main sensor and call it good. Call it good. All these extra little lenses, there's 3 different lenses on the Mavic 3 Pro. Okay, 3 different sensors, excuse me. Well, there's 3 different focal lengths too, but there's 3 different sensors. You know what I mean? There's the 1/2 inch, the 1/, the same as the Mavic, the Mini 3 Pro. I can't remember off the top of my head.
1/2.
The 1/1.3. The 1/1.3, and then the 4/3.
Yeah, like a 3/4 inch something.
Yeah. Then there's the minimum of 2 different color sciences. There's D-Log, and then there's Decinelike. You know what I mean? So when you take footage with all 3 sensors, let's say, if you did that, which would be nuts, quite frankly. But anyway, if you took a video like that, when you got home, trying to color match and color grade all of that would be a
nightmare.
Flipping nightmare.
Yep.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because it is. It's crazy.
Yeah, the interesting part about on the telephotos on that thing is, obviously with the 4/3, it's marketed really well for low light, right? And then you go to the telephoto that's sitting on that freaking 1/2 inch, so you might as well have an Air 2 camera, which means your low light on that telephoto is
Oh, dude, it's worse than that because at least on the Air 2, it's a 2.8 aperture.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, on the Mavic 3 and the Mavic 3 Pro, it's like 4.4 if I'm not mistaken.
Oh my goodness!
So it makes it even worse in low light.
Worse.
Jesus.
You know the answer to this question right here? The Mavic 2 will have remote ID.
I haven't seen it. I think it will. I'm not sure why it doesn't yet. It's an interesting question, and I don't know why. Obviously there's no rush, so that might be part of the reason. You know what I mean? They're not like, oh my God, we need this done tomorrow because it's not due till September.
Right.
You know what I mean? But why it isn't already is a very good question. My guess is there's some kind of problem. You know what I mean? I mean, it is what it is. I'm sure they'll overcome it. I doubt it's anything big.
Might have something to do with the Go4 app rather than the craft itself.
Good point.
Could be.
Possible.
No, because they got the Mavic Pro. The Mavic Pro Platinum is remote ID compatible. And
is that right?
Yeah, they announced that about a month, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. So I guess it's a chipset issue or a radio issue. I'm sure they'll get it. For all I know, it might be because of OcuSync 2. Or excuse me, not OcuSync 2. Yeah, OcuSync 2. Right? Because the Mavic Pro is on OcuSync 1.
Right, because
and then
the Air 2
Mavic 3 is on OcuSync 3.
And the Mini 3, but the Mini 2 doesn't have it with 2. Right, so it might be right.
I would think it'd be compatible with remote ID pretty soon.
That might be it.
Yeah, it might have something to do with the radio or the chipset. So,
they just want you to get rid of it and get another one.
Because then they wouldn't do the Platinum, the Mavic Pro Platinum. You know what I mean? It's like, twink. They make like a little jump. Doesn't make any sense unless there's a problem. So, yeah. As far as restrictions go, too, on the Avata and
it seems like they're only upgrading the ones that they still have for sale.
Yeah, Bob.
Yeah. See you, Bob.
POS Nation. Later, Bob.
Yeah, Bob.
Flip the switch, Bob. Put that sucker in manual.
Bob did Bob win a little tiny? What did he win, Joe?
He won a little indoor whoop. Yeah. Yeah, from I believe Michael Wright donated it. Yeah, a little indoor whoop with goggles and controller and all that.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
guys, and I do want to say we had another drone that was basically, I think it was Left and Race truck. It's a little center whoop, I believe, that Ken had donated, and we're gonna actually give it away Wednesday on the Fly for Fun show. So tune in for that, and not sure how we're gonna do it, but I guess we'll just pick a number or something. But we started talking, and I think Maddie or Ken asked. I never remember saying. I think it was in a little black box, is what Ken said. And Lon, do you know what it is? What?
I know what it is, but I can't recite it off the top of my head right now. But it's an 03 unit Cinewhoop from not Get Our. Oh Jesus, I can't remember. But yeah, it's a Cinewhoop with 03 in it.
Okay. Is it iFlight?
No.
I know how Ken feels about iFlight.
Yeah, I know, right? No, I can't think of it. Not Axis Flying. Oh well, it's something he just did a review on recently. Brandy just a review on. I can't think of the stinking name.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if Maddie. Maybe we can get the specs, but we will be giving that away at some point on the show Wednesday night. That's kind of what he wanted us to do. We would just hang on to it, but he said he brought it to give away, and somehow it either. Ray had a ton of stuff in his truck there, so we kind of sorry about that. But hey, give somebody a chance to win, and of course, I hope somebody to, if you win it, you don't fly FPV. Hey, maybe give it to somebody, sell it, whatever you want to do. But hey, just don't let it sit around because it's a pretty nice drone.
Yeah, I think if you don't fly FPV and you guys are going to have some kind of put a number in system or something like that, hey, don't enter.
Yeah.
Don't enter. If you don't fly FPV and you don't plan to fly FPV, don't enter the giveaway.
Lon, that is right. That's a great point. And I'm not trying to, we always give stuff away on the show, but that drone is, for me, I'm like, I would just give it to somebody. But hey, people who win it, you can do what you want with it, of course. But yeah, those drones are meant to fly, and hey, it's got the brand new 03 air unit in it. So hey, some guy that flies can have some fun with that drone.
Yeah.
I was happy for Genesee that an FPV pilot won that that one that Dono gave away. God, I wanted that drone so bad.
Well, y'all saw all the gifts we had on the table, and Maddie and I were trying to, we were giving stuff away, and if I handed you something, that even a little accessory that you didn't own, that kind of drone. Well, I know you had to probably give to somebody in the crowd there or something, but all those things are great, and maybe next year we'll maybe do it even a little different. I
think John Flynn and DeMarco traded what they won because they each had what the other person had the drone that the prize they won, right?
Lon won the best prize ever. I'm just saying,
Yeah, I won a 3XL T-shirt from Alex Escardo, and I sent that off to Rodney, so it's not going to go to waste.
Would you win, Lon? I forgot. You did win something.
That's some crap.
Some crap.
Some crap.
I could have had the Maverick 3 in my hand, but Lon was getting that Johnny Drone Flyer stuff. I can tell you that. Me and Maddie had said I had two prizes in my hand, and he got the left hand.
There's a video that I'll be interested to see come out, and obviously Ken gave Kelly Shores that Cinelifter. I want to see Kelly and Chris what they come up with for a video with that Cinelifter. That'd be interesting to see when they put something together for that.
Yeah. Well, Kelly, there's not, I don't know, there probably wasn't 3 people. I don't even know if there was 3 people that, out of the 125 people had there that he done the best thing and gave that to Kelly, because he definitely can get some use out of it, knows what to do with it, and he'll have fun with it.
Yeah, I would agree. Would agree with that.
So
that's fair enough.
But
hey, well, I got Rod here. Rod, what do you think about Autel? I've talked to Max, the CEO, personally, face to face, and you can't get a decent answer. What the hell with the cross compatibility going on right now with Autel, where nothing works together? That's insane. And I'm not trying to slam on them either.
No. I don't know why. I don't know why they made the decisions they did about the chipset stuff. You know, go V1 to V2 and then V2 to V3, and I still don't get why that little mini smart controller doesn't work with the Nano and the Light Plus. It's like, come on, isn't it the same chipset?
Mhm.
But I'll give you the same answer. Actually, I told Brad this yesterday, and I think I told Marcus and a couple of people. One of the problems that Autel has that is drop dead obvious to everybody that's ever messed with them is the software side of the house, right? The hardware seems to be kind of okay. It's always the software that seems to be a little goofy. There was a guy, a year and something ago, he posted on the Autel Pilots forum. He decompiled the Auto Explorer app, and what he found was that it had some of their auto library software embedded in the Explorer app. I've always been suspicious that part of what they're doing is, I don't think they have a full-time just drone software developers. They probably have a couple, but I think they borrow their software developers that work on their auto stuff to occasionally come over and work on the drone stuff. And I'm not sure they just have time and capacity to sort of do it, test it, make it work right, kind of thing. And I can see why you would do that, right? If you were in one business and you started up a new business, you would, you'd kind of use your old guys to try to start working on a new one, but they wouldn't sort of be fully dedicated. And I wonder whether that's still kind of the boat that they're in on their software development side, that they just don't have a complete full-time staff just for the drone software.
So that remote in that box that Ken gave away at the drone meetup, it only worked with that Evo.
With the V3.
Yeah.
See, when Kid did that original video, he said it was supposed to be, and I presume Autel told him that it was going to be compatible with the Nano and the Light Plus.
Right.
Okay. Mr.
They told me, the CEO,
told you,
the CEO of Autel, Ken Booth. I had dinner with Max, Ken Booth, all of them. Flat looked me in the face and told me the damn thing was going to be compatible with.
I don't get it. I'd love to connect to them and have some long conversations, given what I do, and as long as I've been in the software industry, there's probably a lot of interesting conversations that I can have with them.
So, Lon, right now, personally, I don't think it will be ever. I mean, if it hadn't happened by now, that's just my personal opinion. I don't know.
I disagree. I think once they can pull their heads out of the fourth point of contact, okay,
exactly,
they can do it. There's no. I can't find a reason why they can't do it. Either from a hardware standpoint or a software standpoint. Right. I can't suss out a reason why they can't do it.
Their dev staff is slow.
Yeah, there's something going on there. I mean, the problem with Autel, my experience with them, is just how slow the ball moves. You know what I mean? Yep. They announce a drone, it's 8 months before it comes out. They that kind of stuff that happens all the time with them. DJI or FEMI or somebody else has that kind of problem occasionally. Okay, but Autel's it's like part of their system. I remember when the XTAR Premium came out, they were constantly promising things, and 6 months would go by, it didn't happen. 9 months went by, it didn't happen. And you're like, where the hell is this software you've been promising? You know what I mean? So I think that things are changing, but I'm not sure that it's going to be a too little, too late scenario for them, because you can't keep effing up forever.
I mean, I think that remote is like $750, which is, it's still $750. But listen, how many of those would they sell immediately? The people who have the Nano Plus and the Light Plus,
crap ton.
A ton of sales,
but crap ton.
Crap ton. DJI's proved that. I remember back in the day, DJI didn't think they could sell the Crystal Sky with the Mavic Pro. They developed the Crystal Sky, the monitor. Remember the monitor? And they developed that monitor for the Phantom. They didn't think it could be sold and for the larger drones. They didn't think anyone with a Mavic Pro would buy it. They didn't even develop a mount until there was customer demand. They honestly, you talk to them, they're like, Nobody's going to spend that kind of money. Why would anybody spend $600 on a monitor for a $900 drone or whatever? Nobody's going to do that. Hold
It's
my beer,
convenient.
said the
It's
American
convenient.
public. Yeah. So it's the same thing with Autel. People will spend that money.
It's a pain flying a drone with his phone, any phone.
It is.
I mean,
Yeah. And there's something both of those companies have completely, utterly failed and missed out on. And I probably blame Autel more than DJI, because DJI should have copied them. But, with the Evo 2, the promise with the Evo 2 was the interchangeable cameras and the swappable cameras. And that was one of the reasons I went with that versus the Mavic 2. Plus, the Evo 2 was newer, 2 years newer. So it's like, okay, I'll go that route. But I always bought into we'll have an interchangeable camera, kind of thinking that, hey, they're going to come out with some additional cameras, like on the optical, right? Just a singular long-range optical camera that you put on the damn thing. I don't know why the Mavic 3 didn't copy that feature of the Evo 2 of having an interchangeable camera. Think how much freaking money they would make selling additional cameras on the frame. I mean, look at the camera guys. Look at how much money they make off of just freaking lenses, right?
Right.
Yeah, DJI.
If you give the drone guys multiple cameras that they can pop on and off the drone, how much more dollars are you going to get and extra sales are you going to get by selling extra cameras?
right.
Well, let me ask you a question. Having a gimbal that can handle the extra weight of an interchangeable camera mount on it, how much would that add to the cost of the drone? I mean, maybe they're looking at that. And as far as Autel, you were talking about what takes them so long, but that's just one division of a much larger company. And if the profit margin was there, they're all driven by profit margin. There would be more money thrown at that division, and they would get things done quicker.
Yeah.
I mean, it's as simple as that. DJI, the majority of their sales is drones. I mean, they do other things, obviously. But I mean, but they're focused more on drones than Autel will ever be.
But that's where I go back to their software team is being shared with the auto side. So I don't think they may get 1 day a week to work on the drone software and 4 days to work on the other. So that's why the drone stuff
The
is
profit
always
model
behind.
is there. They would have a team dedicated to
Yeah,
it, which is supporting exactly what you're saying.
But
I have
think
one
that's
Autel product. It's an OBD code reader for a vehicle. That's the only Autel robotic product I have is OBD code reader.
I don't know if I 100%, because Autel's not afraid to spend money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They threw a bunch of money at Ken Booth to get him to come back. Trust me. They're not afraid to spend money. They hired people from GoPro to get the color science for the Evo 2. That's why the color science is so good. They hired. They
You don't think they're going to get it back?
Yeah. I'm just saying, and I don't. The first app, you're right. There was a lot of the automobile side code in the first app, but the new app, I'm not so sure that's the case
then
with the new app.
maybe they obviously went back and rewrote that from the ground up, kind of thing.
And I think that was a standalone. I don't think the automotive side was involved in that. I don't know personally if they have programmers. I could check on that for you. If
That
they
would
have
be-
people
it would
that
be
are
an
full-time
interesting
app
question.
developer.
Yeah, that would be.
I
an
never
interesting-
asked it.
If they share if their development team is shared between their products.
Potentially, but their big deal was that they centered themselves here in Washington for the drone side, and they have a full team there, supposedly. Okay,
Yeah.
They have a full dedicated team in Washington that does the design, development, the app and everything in
Aren't they
Washington.
Aren't they doing
Supposedly,
the Enterprise in Houston, or doing the assembly of the Enterprise drones down there by Houston somewhere? I think.
yes.
To get around the SAS.
Thank you for reminding me. And that was the reason for the chipset change. They went to the Samsung chipset because they thought that would get them past the Blue UAS situation.
Oh yeah, that would make sense.
And it backfired on them. So they've made a lot of tactical errors in the last couple of years, and that might be what's holding them back too. Those changes are not cheap, fellas.
No, for sure.
I worked in production back in the day in engineering. These kind of it's not something you just go, yeah, we're just going to change this. No big deal, right? Oh no, son.
given the shortages in making things, changing anything on a motherboard and changing the traces on the PCB and the design time to get the that's all been massively expensive
Well,
because of what went down with COVID.
Well, sad, the product, the last few drones have been really pretty neat. And you know, now they just, they're up on a mountain, but they won't step over, you know, over the top. They just kind of hanging out. But I don't know.
Lauren said that, you know, part of the change, which is probably how we wound up with the Nano in the first place, was, and sort of back to Lon's point of Autel spending money, is DJI let that one team go out on the West Coast, and those guys went to work for Autel. So you have some ex-DJI engineers, that small team that got hired by the Autel guys.
Right.
And they're the ones that probably created the Nano.
Well, Lon, you need to, you know, call Autel and tell them that the Hot Rod and Johnny said to get that crap working with that controller, you know.
Yeah, I don't think they're afraid that they won't sell them. I mean, I'm sure they're quite certain that they'll sell them. But like I said, they just made some missteps when they came out with the 4 drones, and then they kind of went, and decided, nah, we're not going to sell the Nano and the Light, and just sell the Nano Plus and the Light Plus. You know what I mean? That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a lot of investment that just went.
You know, there's something that there's a tool that could be in their arsenal. Step one is obviously get this whole chipset compatibility issue solved. And once they get that solved, I think the one thing that they could do that would earn them a lot of customer loyalty is to come out with some sort of trade up program.
They gonna let these guys take over. Everybody. I'm just saying, these guys are gonna take over.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 0-0. Yeah.
What kind of drone is that?
Lon,
0-0 helicopter. Yeah.
Just go ahead and admit it. Look, in front of all these people.
What
is there a second model of that yet, Johnny, or is there one announced or coming?
Nah, I don't know. There may be. Who knows?
I really like that. I flew just for a short time. I flew Ken's at Spin Up, and I kind of liked the way it responded.
I mean, I'm
not
trying
enough
to get
that
what we trading on? We trading the what you got, the 3? What are we trading for the?
I'll trade you my Tello for it.
Oh wow! Wait, he's got a bad connection.
Tello.
He's got a bad connection.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Easter Sunday morning, I got to run over the cemetery and blow out the mausoleum. I don't want anybody yelling at me, and I want to wish everybody a happy Easter and hey, get out there and
happy Easter, everybody.
Today's my daughter's golden birthday today too.
Thank you, Dennis, Bill, Rod, happy birthday, Jason, Joe. Lon, y'all have a great day, and hey, get out there and fly if you can. Join Bill's show tonight.
All right.
Golden birthday. Guys. There's nobody here old enough to have a 50-year-old child, right?
No, it's my daughter's golden birthday. She's 9 today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Gold? I thought it was like 52.
No, a golden birthday is when you turn the age of the day of the month. So like my birthday is November 29th. So my golden birthday is when I turned 29. And I found out I was going to be a dad for the first time on my golden birthday. So.
Oh my goodness, I did not know this. So I've learned
All right,
something.
Guys, have a great day. You got to run.
See you, Johnny. Bye, everybody.
Johnny drone buyer.
See you guys. Hey, Joe.
Hey, me and you, Paisan. Hey, you get your you put your hood on there yet?
I could have a 50-year-old kid. I would have been 12. That's
it. Yeah. Are we still on? Yeah, we're still live. We're still ticking. Hello, everybody.
Oh, we're still live. Look at you.
I think so. Yeah, he didn't kick us off. Yeah,
he didn't shut it down.
No, he didn't. We could have fun with this.
All right. Hi, everybody.
You put your hood on. You put your hood on your POS yet?
What's that?
You put your hood on your POS?
No, I'm afraid to.
Why?
It's on the shelf, and I look at it every once in a while. I was like, "This is really cool." No, I will. I'll get to it. I've only flown it twice since I bought the replacement. So
yeah,
once was at the beach. I did fly it on Sunday. You know,
did you? Yeah. Well, I appreciate you grabbing one for me, man.
Huh?
I appreciate you grabbing one from me.
Oh, I appreciate the work you put into it. It's very cool. Like I said, if I dunked this in the ocean with that bonefish pattern on there, it just fit right in.
Just let me know. Free replacement.
Anyway.
Well, cool, man. What do you got planned today? You flying at all, or what's the weather doing?
I don't, I'm telling you, in my mind, I'm all over the place. It's nice out there. It's breezy, but not too breezy to fly. I don't think they're supposed. Oh, they said maybe like 1 hour was like 30-something%. That's the highest though. For most of the day, it's probably not going to rain. I could take the bike out and take a run up to see my dad, but I don't know if I'm feeling up to it yet because I'm still pretty worn out from this past week. I know I didn't travel across the country like everybody did, but.
Right. Yeah. You stayed in town, but you had Beauchart wearing you out, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I kept busy. It was like, work and then party and then Beauchart and then party. And then and hanging out with flying and beaching and out in the sun and getting burnt and then Beauchart and then party. And
lather, rinse, repeat.
Just kept going,
Yeah.
And then as soon as I dropped Beauchart off the airport and go to work, so it was like, how's your vacation? I said, I'll let you know.
Yeah. Let you know when I remember.
I could do the bike and take the drone.
Mm-hmm.
There is
I was glad to get home and get my own bed and, get back to normal. So good stuff. I'm going to go celebrate with my daughter, man, but good chatting with you this morning. Everybody in the chat, whoever's still here, you guys take it easy. Have a great day.
Okay. I'm just going to keep this going. I'm going to message Johnny and tell him you left the show running.
Okay, cool.